On the slopes of the fast-growing Kiserian is a center like no other in its ambience. Founded, managed, and its pupils taught by a couple that has been married for the last 32 years. Kegonda family hails from Meru but decided to settle in Masai land where Tanya was born thanks to their only daughter Rose Kanana.
On that basis, a request for the only daughter in the family was so strong, and it was very moving. We discussed this issue with my wife, and on that basis we took, her name is Joyce Ranget, and we took her to a private school in Karen where my daughter was going. And during that time she said that the Maasai wanted us to take all the children. It was not possible. So my daughter said, I have an idea. Can you remove me from the private school? And the money you are using there, put a class so that all of us can benefit. It was a very difficult decision to make, but eventually that is what we did.
Our center opened its doors in the year 2000, and we began with about 5 children whom we are supporting as a family. They are children from the local area of the person where we settled.
Joseph and Jennifer, aged 64 and 58 respectively, are retired teachers with a passion of education for all.
I approached the father of the Maasai girl. He was a chief, but none of his children were attending school. We talked this one over. I said I'll give the professional aspect, but can you donate land so that you can do? Actually, this land where you are standing was donated by this chief. He is dead now, and Teka Orentoimas.
The facility that sits on an 8-acre piece of land has over 100 children with various challenges when it comes to learning as well as other aspects of life.
We are covering about 4 categories of children. We have children who are hearing impaired. We have children who are mentally challenged. We have children who have physical disabilities. Then we have girls rescued from early marriage and FGM. And then we have children who do not have any handicapping conditions, but they are here because they are vulnerable, children who have no parents.
The youngest of them is a 2-year-old and 4 other siblings after they were abandoned by their mother. The oldest being 25-year-old graduate who traces his roots to the center. He is proud to plow back his skills in the organic farm that comes in handy in food provision.
Yeah, it is kubwa. Yes. It is meal water.
Sweet potato. Skondi Silima is one of the graduates who have been in Tanya for quite some time, and we've seen the skill that he is able to do. But because of the shortage of labor that we have, and because our other graduates are also learning a skill, we find it's easier for them to work with the other workers who are here. And from the sale of the produce that we get, we are also able to give them a small allowance so that we can be able also to make them feel they are also able to earn a living like any other person.
He is not the only with great ambitions for the future. Stephen is also a graduate who earns a living from his school. He may be deaf and shy, but these are just but challenges that he has been able to overcome.
I look after these cows, cutting the napier grass for them and also milking them. I don't only work with the cows, I also work in the place where the greenhouse was, looking for the greens that children can help in the cooking.
Within the class, you find a rare setup where a teacher normally conducts lessons alongside a sign language interpreter who happens to be a student in the same class.
B is very good. Orange. Orange. Very good.
I'm going to show you a sign, then you write. Number 1.
Though it cannot be established that this was the first integrated center, Joseph is one of the pioneers of the integrated curricula in the country.
When I worked in the Ministry of Education, I did write a book for an integration of a deaf child in a normal school. And then when I tried to sell this idea, it could not be bought. I think by then the country was not ready for that. But I was harmed with that idea that the handicapped child can learn together with an ordinary person. And then actually I told my wife, we started this one and we have seen it working.
However, the facility being private, it only has 12 teachers against a ratio of 160 and hence lags behind in attaining its endeavors among other challenges.
People were withdrawing their normal children, you know, those are the challenges we face because they said, huyu mtoto ana mdomo atafundisha hao wengine kuzungumza vile mdomo. You know, in their reference for lack of mdomo, it means somebody who is not able to talk, in fact. But we have realized in the recent past that they have now come to accept and they are actually bringing the children to school.
The other challenges that we have are on the running costs, because especially on paying our teachers and our support staff. We have challenges in getting enough funds so that we can be able to cater for their allowances. We also have challenges on the foodstuffs for the children.
But the two are more than willing to part with whatever it is to see that the facility runs smoothly.
And when I received my benefits, when I stopped working with the government, the money I was given are the ones that put these classrooms here. Actually, that's how Tanya started.
And we have even gone to an extent of even selling some of our property so that we can keep this center running, with the hope that we will get people who have right mind and the other Kenyans who want to see these children learn in a comfortable place.
With the help of donors from Holland, a 160 capacity dormitory is coming up with a dream of admitting more children, mainly targeting the Maasai girl child and those living with disability.
We would wish at one time that we are able to cater for about 500 pupils at Ango, but at the moment our limitation is on the physical facilities.
What will become a dream come true for Joseph and Jennifer is to see that education for all becomes a reality. And with the inclusion of integrated education system in the constitution, their efforts are not to vain.
All children, even the non-handicapped, they accept the handicapped and they live. In fact, that's how they live at their homes. But this business of segregating them, as we used to do in the past, you know, it used to give certain levels for the children, which was not, I realized in my 35 years in education of the deaf, I have gone through all these stages. I can say right now, we are gone too far, and I thank the government so much.
We are not going to give up, because we are a nation that is growing, and we are people who love education.
On our visit to the farm, it's evident that the facility desires to be self-sustaining despite its major challenge: water. The entire Kajiado County highly depends upon borehole water, but for the last 3 months, this facility has been without water. Recently, major developments within Kiserian area has seen the water table levels go down around this area. Actually, on this level that I am standing, you have to dig 250 meters deep in order to get water. Henry Minor, GBS.